I still remember it like it was yesterday. It was 8 years ago when my wife and I were going to a party with some friends. Everyone was going to be drinking, eating good foods, and having a great time. But not me. I had fitness goals. I wasn't even overweight when I started a few years prior, but now I was eating clean, working hard in the gym, and it felt amazing. My body was changing before my eyes. I was growing more confident with my job, with my friendships, with everything in life. I became a better version of myself just like I wanted. I thought, this is it. This is what my life has been missing. This was more important than anything. Or so I thought. Preparing for that party, little did I know it would be a night that would change my life forever. I decided ahead of time I wasn't going to drink, I wasn't going to stray from my diet. I packed up my chicken and broccoli in a glass container and off to the party I went. And really, my friends were actually supportive. They even brought veggies to blend and make me a green smoothie. At first, I was happy. I was proud that I wasn't that guy who didn't live their life because of fitness goals. That is, until the party got started. There I sat, watching as everyone laughed and had a great time, silently judging them for not caring about their body the way I did. Obviously, I was better than them. I cared more about what really matters in life, my health, or so I told myself. Honestly, it wasn't even health that I cared about. I just wanted a better body. Deep down, I was jealous of my friends and I knew it. In reality, I had it backwards. I was missing out on what matters most in life and didn't even realize it until that night was over. Had clean eating just ruined my life? Self-development as a whole should be a good thing. There's nothing wrong with trying to get in better shape. In fact, if you want to be the best version of yourself, you need to take care of your health. So eating clean and avoiding temptation makes sense on the surface. Besides, wanting to change yourself because you're unhappy is powerful. Hell, you won't change unless you're dissatisfied with the way things are. The problem is, that can leave you vulnerable and you don't even know it. Clean eating has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Eat clean and you'll nourish your body. Just the phrase itself makes you feel like it's cleansing your soul. You feel better, you'll have more energy, perform better. Not only that, but you feel better about yourself. It's clean. You're making good decisions that support your goals. You're losing weight, improving health. You look better. This is it. This is the key to a better you. This is unlocking your full potential. You feel better about yourself as a person now, don't you? And this is when you can fall into the trap that clean eating has in store. On the surface, clean eating has a lot of merit. I'm not denying consuming plenty of nutrient-dense food is good for you. It is. But what happens when you start placing morality on food? This can become a problem. This is especially true when you try to change everything about your life all at once. You avoid all social events, any gatherings with friends and family, or you do go out and you spend time with them, but you're miserable like I was. When you feel like you can't have any fun because you want a better body, the chances of sustaining these changes become almost none. Not only that, but when you feel like you can't have any food you deem as bad, it sets you up to rebel against your diet because you always want the thing you can't have. When you do find yourself in a situation where you have it, you don't want to stop because you know your diet starts again tomorrow. What's worse is you feel ashamed or guilty because you decided to enjoy some ice cream. So you beat yourself up, which only makes things feel worse, and you didn't do anything wrong, it's just food. But if you don't know any better, it's hard to understand this. If you believe the only way is clean eating and clean eating doesn't feel worth it, where does that leave you? For me, it left me gaining 30 pounds over the next couple years despite continuing to lift weights, and you could argue that clean eating actually made me fatter. Thank God I found a better way. Not ready to give up on my physique goals, I scoured the internet for something better. Eventually I came across a man named Lane Norton who would completely change the way I looked at food. He was talking about the concept of tracking macronutrients and flexible dieting, a way you could include foods in your diet as long as you account for the macronutrient intake. He explained if you did this, you wouldn't feel the need to binge on foods because they're never off limits. That you could still lose weight as long as you were in a calorie deficit regardless of the exact foods you eat. It all made too much sense. Can you imagine how excited I was to be able to eat my favorite foods and still get results? So, I started my journey to flexible dieting. And you know what? It wasn't perfect. I started eating as much junk as possible and just kept it in my numbers because all this food that was previously off limits was now available and I wanted it all. What I quickly realized was this left me feeling terrible. Sure, you can eat this junk food as long as it fits, but it turns out food quality still matters. Those nutrient-dense foods do help nourish you and make you feel better. But as much as eating healthier foods matters, creating an enjoyable life with balance matters too. You need to be able to have cake at your child's birthday party. You need to be able to enjoy a vacation without feeling guilty for having drinks on the beach. You need to be able to celebrate your anniversary without beating yourself up after. You need to be able to have a cookie without feeling bad about it. It doesn't mean a life of strictly tracking macros and never letting loose, but you have to build the knowledge base around food first before that can happen. And that's what flexible dieting allows you to do. It teaches you that you can have something you want or you cannot have it, and it's your choice. You don't feel like you're missing out because you know you can have it whenever you want. It helps detach your emotions from food. Personally, since making the switch to flexible dieting, I've competed in powerlifting, gone through cutting and bulking phases. I've competed in 2 physique shows, all of these things which have their own unique balances. But what I haven't done is give up altogether because my diet felt too strict. I haven't missed out on the important things in my life because of fitness goals, and that's how you lose weight and keep it off, by creating a sustainable lifestyle. And if you've struggled with this all or nothing approach to your fitness goals, I hope this message hits home. The key to a happier, healthier life starts here. So here's the thing. I'm not saying that clean eating is a terrible thing, but there can be some problems with it. Everyone has a different definition of what clean and dirty foods are, so you have to determine what your balance is for you. For some people, eating healthy all the time is a way of life. They enjoy it. It brings them happiness, and that's fine. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you're someone who keeps struggling with yo-yo dieting, I hope you'll start doing things in a more sustainable way that brings balance and health and happiness, not one or the other. And if you want a happy, healthy life, I hope you'll check out this top video next to help with a little motivation and understanding how to stop being your own worst enemy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.